What you doing, buddy? I have a question. Little donk. That container had a lid on it last night. Any idea what happened to it? Any idea what happened to that? Oh, there's the lid. Morning, everybody. Chad, Adler Farms. Did Lily do that? She did. She knocked the lid off, huh? So did you eat them though? You did? You ate them? So I get it. They were full of alfalfa pellets. How am I doing so far? We let Roxy and Tina out last night, and then Lily took the lid off the dish. But you knew that would give Lily a bellyache. So it's just your reflection, hang on. It's you, buddy, that's you. Look how handsome you is. So you ate them all so that Lily didn't get a bellyache. Is that how it went? Is that how it went? Huh? Guess nobody needs any more alfalfa. Woo! Last night, in case you didn't know, oh, here comes the cow council, as Case would say. Hang on. Morning! So last night, we let Roxy and Tina, where are they at? Look at them. Look at them. Look at that little baby. We let Roxy and Tina out. We went live on Rae's channel when we did it. And I know you had some alfalfa. Yeah, I know you did. We let them out, and these guys went in there and found the cubes. So let's get them some feed here. Hang on. All right. Don't try that at home, kids. That'll get you hurt. Hi, little lady. Hi. What's you doing? Huh? That's the closest I've been to you since the little baby was born. Huh? How's she going? Lucy, I want to pet Lily. Lucy, I want to pet Lily. Lucy. Woo! Sonny, you got to get in there and eat. Go eat. Huh? I think we need some more fly spray. Or at least the minerals from the feed store for the fly spray. Look at those views. Oh, look. Look who's late to the party. I didn't have to call them this morning, so they didn't know, but that's where they sleep when it rains, by the way, in the livestock trailer. I probably need to get a new one. Tina, good morning. What's she doing? Huh? So yeah, we were told to let them out after a week. We waited about 6 days when Roxy was running around and doing well. We waited about 6 days and then we turned them out. All is well. Look at that view. Got more rain coming. Look at it. Gorgeous. Uh-oh. Let's see. He may have covered her already. By the way, we mentioned it last night in Rae's live that some of you guys thought that Lucy looked like she was favoring her back leg. She's actually not. She's got this weird gait. And I'm not saying that there's not something wrong or we won't have it looked at, because we are, but she stands funny. She stands funny like that when Lily is nursing as well. She kind of pulls her back leg with her. So I think it's twofold. I think she may just be sore from nursing, if you want my opinion, and or there we go, and or something is wrong. But we have a young lady coming on August 29th to the farm, and she's gonna check, she's a farrier, and she's gonna check the donkeys. I believe she's gonna check our neighbor's mini horses. She can do the goats. She may even stop by Grandma and Grandpa's and check on their goats as well. August 29th, less than a couple weeks, we will we'll have somebody out here that can look at everybody's hooves and clean them up, and not so worried about the cows, especially the yearlings, which that includes everyone except for basically, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically June and Tipsy are the only ones that aren't, you know, less than or little more than a year old. So, and the alpacas were just done in May, so they're golden. Ooh, that's thunder. So, yeah, pretty cool. Morning. Good morning. How are you? Good looking. We still have not banded Patrick. I think we're waiting to see. We're still waiting on, well, I'm waiting on a message. We're going to see what they want. Frank, definitely getting panned. Morning. But this guy right here, let me show you something. This is not normal, being able to pet them while they're eating. I don't want to mess with him. I don't want to make him anxious or nothing, but you couldn't do this with Frank. He would want to push you around for sure. And I don't know, man. Frank, we're going to band him. We already had that conversation. You guys know it's coming. So, let's see here. He got food, so he's okay right now. Not going to lie, though. I don't turn my back on him. CJ. He's a good-looking cow. A heifer, but she's a good-looking heifer, you know it. Yep. Good-looking. Miss Ruby, Rosie, getting lighter by the day. You think she'll go full white? Is that possible? Do they do that? That's incredible. Look how fluffy Ruby is. Just look at her. So she's exactly a week older than Roxy, and she's probably twice her size. I wish I could get them next to each other. Roxy is tiny, and this is Ruby. They're gonna be hard to tell apart unless she takes after her mom and starts turning white, but then her and Rosie are gonna be hard to tell apart. And they're half sisters. So same mom, different dad. Oh, all the babies in one spot. Hang on. Rosie's just kind of a bully. I mean, look at that. Just a week apart. Donkey's heading for the trees. More rain's coming. Alpacas don't care about rain, in case you didn't know. They love it. They absolutely love it. Man, look at this hole. I don't think I've shown you guys this, but there's like a 2-foot step down here These giant, I don't even know how big they are, giant rocks all the way around it. Oreo, that goat to be more specific, does not like the rain. She'll go get underneath the cabin. Good morning. Good morning. So if you're new here, this isn't Mom, this is Sister. Mom is stark white. Well, look at that rain. Golly. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Where did Little Donk and... Oh yeah, they don't like the rain, man. We get asked a lot if we're gonna get a barn and things like that, and the answer is no. They have loafing sheds, and I'm not encouraging anybody to go outside and stand underneath a tree. Well, I kind of am, but not when it's lightning and dangerous, okay? But go outside under a healthy mess of trees when it's raining like this, just a good little downpour. There's no lightning, there's some thunder way off in the distance, but the rain doesn't get through. The trees do an awesome job of shielding that rain. And when we build these structures like this, which both gates are open on both sides so the animals can get in and out, but that's a 16 by 10, is that right? Yeah. Un momento, por favor. I mean, I'm completely dry, but the air is dead. And it doesn't move. And the noise, whoop, hang on. It started raining harder. Look out. Woo. All right, but yeah, the air is completely dead inside those, oh wait, I got a phone holder. How cool is that? The air is completely dead inside those shelters, and they don't like it. There's just not much circulation, so they prefer to be out. But let me go show you something. Let's see if we can get over in these trees with them. I'll show you how much cover they have and things like that. And listen, we live in what I would consider a very healthy part of ag country in Oklahoma, and there are farms out here with like thousands of acres and hundreds of head of cattle, and they don't have a single structure on the property. And you may think that's not right, you may think it's whatever, but it's been going on for hundreds if not thousands of years, and ain't nobody done anything different. And as long as the animals have an option to get out of the sun is what they really need, but the water, they ain't worried about it. Hey, it's raining. Can I hang out with y'all? Huh? Can I hang out with y'all? See, look at that. No raindrops getting through. And it's absolutely ripping. because there's music overhead, I can't play the audio. Look.
I think it landed in my drink.
We rolled the windows up because there's music in here for obvious reasons. It's in, you know, they want to create that atmosphere. But yeah, we had the front windshield open and Rae sprayed the squirty stuff and it went all over the place.
Apparently it comes with a nice little feature that washes your windshield for you. How was I supposed to do that?
It's got navigation. I would hope it does. Good grief, this thing will tell you where you're at on the farm.
I just sprayed us so bad.
All right. So clearly,
Sleepy hair, don't care.
Clearly we're in the market for a side-by-side. And do I tell them about the podcast channel? Just do it.
I mentioned it in a comment to somebody earlier.
We're going to start another channel because we know there's a lot of questions you guys want answered. And a big one, which blows my mind, is how we afford the things we afford. Because I've been doing this for 3.5 years, 3 years and 8 months. I've been doing this. I've been busting my rear end.
Yes.
And I'm just going to be frank. We've already told y'all that. And I'm, again, I feel like I'm whatever, because out of 1,000 people that watch this, like out of every 1,000, 999 people understand that if you work hard, you can buy a nice new truck every now and then, or car, or bike, or hat, or side-by-side, okay? We owned the Honda outright. Where's that at?
You already lost it.
Yeah, I hope not. We sold the Honda this morning. So that's how we're able to go look at a new side-by-side. The interest rates are amazing. What else? I feel like I'm justifying it, you know what I mean? So I say all that to say.
That's why I get anxious to answer questions, because it's like you have to justify what you do, because we live in a glass house, basically, because we air our lives on the internet.
And people feel very entitled to know things.
We are tossing around the idea of an actual podcast where maybe Chad and I talk to each other and we answer a lot of your guys' questions. And that includes, you know, everything really. In this podcast, we can answer a lot of questions that doesn't necessarily reflect the farm, if that makes sense. So like our channels are, it was Adler Farms, but it's DOS Farms, and you guys get to see our animals, and you see our animals more than you see our boys, and you see us working hard. But a lot of you guys have questions, and
sometimes we get asked where the boys are at.
We share our lives with you, and we'd love to share our lives with you.
We would.
But
where we've drawn the line isn't necessarily for privacy. It is and it isn't.
Privacy and protection.
It's privacy and protection, but it has to do with like where the boys go to school and things like that. We didn't like not tell you where people are at or how life became this way. The only reason you don't know some of the things is because it's called DOS Farms, not what did Chad do 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or what did Rae do last night. I mean, personally, and we're not mad, by the way. We're loving life. I just drove a brand new Can-Am. We just talk about this.
We talk about this a lot, just about you guys.
But as the channels grow and you guys learn where we've come from and where we've been, and you know, I owned a very, very successful company years ago, and it got wiped out through that ugly little thing the whole world went through a couple years ago. And I started this channel under the guidance of Jason Smith at Cog Hill, held my hand, got Haas Tools to give me a shout out when I had 700 subs, and I grew to like 1,500 overnight. Man, I thought dude, Haas Tools, Greg said my name. That's where I was at. And I'll never forget those moments. We busted our rear ends to get here.
But a lot of you guys have been here since the beginning, and
you get that.
And but you're also just invested in us and our lives and our farm and our boys. And so, but it's hard to, when he goes out and films and he feeds the animals and he shows you guys what's going on around the farm, because that's what our channel is. It's hard to go in and read questions and answer your questions and all sorts of stuff. And personally, like, my channel was kind of a farm channel too, and I can kind of switch that up. I can do whatever I want, but if we start a podcast, I think it would be really good, and I answer questions, have a platform for you guys to ask specific questions on there, and not on our DOS Farms or Rae Sunny Days channel where we might miss those questions. Or
that's what I was getting ready to say. I get a lot of emails. I mean, a lot of, dude, what do you film with? What microphone do you use? Well, everybody, I don't use microphone. I don't believe it. Ain't happening, not doing it. So, but like, even stuff like that, just regular questions get lost in the comments.
For sure, yeah.
Because we're very grateful, but we are getting big enough that, honestly, when I post, you get about, that's really loud on the speaker.
Oh, sorry.
When just show them. She's decorating, so she's got her sponges for her stencils on her she shed.
For paint, I mess with.
But we just came through the driveway, and this was in the Amazon box, so we pulled in. She's like, sponges. So, but anyway, like, I'll be.
Sorry, I did it again. See,
I'll be flat honest. Even things I did back in December to put us in a position to get a crew cab. How many of y'all called me out when I got a open station tractor? Well, guess why I did it? I'm the only one that uses it. I'm the only one that can be in it. And I don't have, like our buddies Aaron and Kylie at Lone Rock Ranch, I don't hay 200 acres or whatever Aaron's got. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Right. I don't hay it, so I don't have to go outside and brush hog when it's 100 million degrees. I can wait till 5 o'clock in the morning when it's only 90, right? But but I don't have to do that. So there was never a point in me when I was like, I don't care that it's X amount of dollars more, which, by the way, it's $6,000 more for a cab in the Coyote I bought. So I took that money I didn't spend and we bought a side-by-side. And then when we moved out here, we realized that we needed something different for the side-by-side. And where we're at right now is, on the side-by-side, we're in limbo. We got the Polaris North Star, which has more options than we want.
My favorite.
But stepping down doesn't justify it. The price is too close. You might as well just get the flip-up windshield and the heat and air, right? And then there's the Can-Am Defender, which is almost the same thing. They're like the exact same stinking thing. The Can-Am feels a little bit different, a little bit bigger in the cab, but what we're really after is crew cab or not. I call them a 3-seater, 6-seater. I've been saying crew cab all day, but 3-seater, 6-seater, the boys. Right now, if we run around the side-by-side, first off, without air conditioning, it ain't happening. Heat, without heat, it's not. And see, Rae is off now. She's home. So for like her to, like last Christmas when it was -20 and I was out here feeding, Rae ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna see Rae the whole month of December. If we don't now.
I complain about the heat, but
yeah, well, and everybody's gonna be like, well, but you bought her a truck, Listen,
I get cold.
You can't take the truck to the lower pasture, and Ray's not gonna do that. Now, she's tough enough. She'll get through it, okay? I married a very tough woman. She's born in Alaska.
I was born in Alaska.
Yeah, so she understands the
my
way of the moose.
You bought me my very first pair of bibs, too, and I get to really wear those this
She has her own bibs this year, yeah.
That's so
but I think the reason I bring all that up is because we're probably going to start a podcast channel where we can address some of those things, like what I've never used anything other than an iPhone, ever. And I have it through Verizon. It's the phone I use every single day. I literally video. I move them all to my iPad. I use iMovie. It's free.
And since we're growing, you know, especially your channel, you're just growing. I think that
thanks to your views. Hey, my husband has a channel. Sometimes he talks funny and says jokes. Feeds my animals when I'm in the mornings.
We're getting so much we're getting so much bigger though that on a podcast we can get a little bit more personal if that's what you guys want. And I know that's what, not necessarily a lot of you, but a majority of people, you know, are invested. And just like I said before, it
was really, really easy to maintain a connection with you guys when I was smaller. But about 50,000, I remember what Ray's going through right now. I remember being at 50,000 because it was only a year ago. Right before the first Okie Expo, I was closing in on 50K. Yeah. So a little over 14, 15 months. I've grown a lot this year. I appreciate that very, very much. But mathematically, the bigger your channel is, the more you can grow at once. It's not like it's been some boom out of nowhere. But either way, I think the podcast would help us. And it's not going to be like microphones and headsets. I don't have that in me. But just us chilling in the she shed or something like that, where we just answer questions we see. We might even just watch a video. Like, you know, when Case and I tried to ban Patrick and Frank, we cut a lot of that out because there wasn't a lot to see. We let them in, they ran through, they got out. Well, people felt like there was like hours of footage that happened where we didn't show, but it didn't. I literally kicked rocks because I was so frustrated. And then we came up here and grilled burgers. Yeah. That's where I was at. So I think even like watching an episode back and being like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that.
Well, sometimes comments are hard for me too, because you see only what the video might be 30 minutes, or even if it's an hour long, you still only see that much of our 24-hour day. And or week for that matter. He only posts 3 times a week. Like, you have no idea what we do 7 days out of the week. You only see an hour 3 times. That's it. And so there's a lot of comments that people just don't, you know, why this, why that, where's that, you know, like, you know, we live our lives, guys. It's not, you know, it's not just me hanging out in the pool with the cows. Like, I work, you know, I do things. Somebody commented earlier, like, oh, she's actually doing something, because I posted a picture of me filling up the water thing and Cabela was giving me kisses. And I was like, I'm sorry.
Golly, man.
I was like, what? I said, do you want me to show you the work we do all day, every day? Or do you want to see the cute stuff? Like,
well, and that's the thing is that video, you see the frustration. You see, you guys think I'm big bad. Don't comment. Chad will throw you to, you know, he'll kick you. You'll never see you again.
I've gotten 2 comments recently that you're a bully.
Somebody, because of the episode where we took the side-by-side, which don't tell the people we sold the side-by-side to about the mud incident that Ray thought of, somebody literally commented, and let me tell you something, okay? I have 0 respect for anyone that disrespects any other human in a bullying way. I don't know what you think when you see me, but you better not see a bully, because I've said it before, I bully bullies. I do. And honestly, you can say whatever you want to me.
Like, that. I think a podcast would be good. This is a reason why, like, you know, and we can air out some of those frustrations.
Wrap this up because I'm really tired. It's also 10 after 8.
Yeah, you'll have to watch this
the video, night you guys are seeing this, but
we got off track.
The story is, we are making moves. You know, we also, the other thing, we didn't buy, because we looked, we didn't buy 100 acres that we wouldn't use. We bought 20 acres we can afford and we can manage. I literally was sitting there the other night when we were grilling, and I looked at you and I said, what would we do if we had another 50 acres? Like, what if there was another pasture with too many rocks in it? I'd lose even more sleep at night. You know, because the stuff Ray was talking about that you guys don't see, because that's what bothers me. The video that you or the picture of you and Cabela, that was after a long, hard day of work. That's when Ray finally slowed down and refreshed the dog's water. Now the dogs and all the animals have tons of water, but
actually that was the cow's water.
It was, but Cabela thinks she's part cow. But that was that picture, and then somebody has to say, oh, she's finally doing work.
Oh, look, she's doing something.
So we're not catering to those people by starting this channel. I promise you that. But I do want to answer the real questions that now get lost because the channel's so big. You know, to speak again towards Jason and Brooke, they've always been just rocks for the entire creator community. And they've got a channel where
They're amazing.
they do that as well. And that's what I want to do. Because we tried going live on her channel, and there's a lot of questions that you can't answer on a live because there's 2,000 people in there. Even the premieres on my channel, we're very grateful for. This one maybe. There'll be 4,000 people in there.
Yep.
I got to turn on slow chat just so I can keep up.
But we slow down every once in a while, and we hang out with our animals, and we socialize, and we do, that's why they're so tame. And they can come up to me while I'm sitting in a pool and drink out of it. But people want to say, oh, is that all you do all day?
Yeah. Well, and back to the
Linda, yeah, sometimes.
And it comes full circle, and I think it'd be even cool like to watch an episode and explain why we did this versus that. And
yeah, for sure.
We've been invited by a company,
and we're kind of funny.
We are sometimes. We've been invited by somebody to go out of the country and
soon
and
like
hang out
a month and a half from now.
Like when we got the email, we were like, whoa. I have a passport. She's waiting on hers.
I applied for my passport in March, and I need to track it down.
We need to track it down. We moved. Mail was forwarded, but I don't know if they forward passports, so we got to track it down. It's probably the post office, but we will.
We have exciting things like that coming up
that we want to tell you guys. And
yes.
And it does come full circle. I want to wrap this up because now it's like 16 minutes. I may not edit any of this, but buying an open station tractor and an open station side by side, that was all. I did that because I was the only one here that used that equipment, and I'm the only one that'll ever use the tractor most likely. So getting a closed station with heat and air is never going to benefit anybody but me
on the tractor. But now we're real close to bringing home a very, very, very nice. It's very nice side by side. It's enclosed. It has heat and air. It's got a back seat. It's got everything that our family absolutely benefit from. Yes.
It's what Al has up at Lumna Acres.
But when we bring it home, there is going to be so many comments about, oh my gosh, you just bought 2 new trucks.
Just bought 2 trucks. What other episode?
You did that.
We literally explained how much positive equity we had in my truck.
Absolutely.
And the lease payments, guys, literally.
Sorry, I had to. There's an ant.
She's terrified of ants like I am spiders and snakes. That's a great podcast. But anyway.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, the lease payment. Well, the lease payment. It's just like, guys, walk in and ask people, hey, if I lease this, how much is the payment? It's going to come up half the price as if you bought it outright. Go ask them.
It probably depends on your credit.
Well, that depends on buying too, though.
True.
But regardless, okay, we were able to take something we owned outright and sell it and go look into getting something with a little bit more creature comforts. And you know what the real reason is? Heat and air and the noise. I can't find the squeak on the Honda. I don't know. I WD-40'd the snot out of it before I sold it this morning. And then the lady shows up. She's like, oh, honey, I got hearing aids anyway. I can't hear nothing. I was like, oh. Well, this is a perfect machine.
Perfect. Take it.
This is perfect. So the machine runs great. I just can't find the squeak. But being able to film and be inside the heated cab, control cab, we're also going to take some of the money from the sale of the side-by-side and run the fencing down here like we've been wanting to do. Okay.
Which, by the way, when the boys are in school, which is next week, things will hopefully really
Amen.
things are
been a great summer.
Crack down. We want a concrete mixer. Oh my gosh, we
want to put the gate up. I'd really like to pour a 30 by 40 pad with bagged concrete just to say I did it once in my life.
Just a couple more weeks, guys.
But anyway, this was 20 minutes. This is as long as the video I edited. So
yep.
With that said, give us a big thumbs up with the word podcast and some name recommendations in the comments.
And this is actually fun.
It is. I like this. This is our first podcast. We just tied it into a DOS Farms video. So thanks for being here on Chatting with Chad and Rae. I don't know if I like that or not.
Yeah, give us some podcast names, recommendations.
Yeah.
Throw them out there.
So anyway, with that said, we love and appreciate each and every single one of you, even the ones that this is your first video ever and you're about to ask us how we bought 2 trucks and a side-by-side and 20 acres and all that.
Don't do it.
Please don't do it. Yeah. Just start a YouTube channel, work for 4 years, work your butts off, and you'll be there. And I say that with so much respect. I am so grateful for where we're at. I truly am.
And every other YouTuber. I mean, it's just,
Yeah,
it's hard work.
it is hard work. It is, but we enjoy it. This is what we want to do. We have a passion for it, if you guys can't tell. So anyway,
Except for me and my anxiety, but I think that's what we're going to talk about too on the podcast. So if you want to know things that I go through and everything else,
and if you want to talk about,
I know some of you do.
If you want to talk about things I go through when Ray's going through those things,
he's going to zoom in on my eye roll right there. I already know it. Deuces.
Babe, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? No, I mean, are you hungry? Here's what you do. Here's what you do.
They're gonna be tired of listening.
No,
to
you
us.
get in the truck. You get in the next time you guys. You know how it is. You want to go eat somewhere with your wife. Take her somewhere nice because the kids aren't with you. And you get in the truck and you say, "Where do you want to eat?" And she said, "I don't know. Where do you want to eat?" And I say, "Well, I was gonna take you somewhere, but it's a surprise. Do you want to guess?" And then when she goes, "Taco Bell," be like, "No, somewhere nicer than that." She's like, "Ooh, you know where I want to go? That place that we went that one time. What was it called? Where did we go together? Shooters."
Yeah,
and then
Shooters.
When she says it, be like, "Yes, that's exactly where I was gonna take you."
Moo.
Nailed it. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Deuces.